Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Sam. Welcome. Thanks for joining, my man. Awesome to have you on this little podcast and live stream today. We're going to be diving in, everybody, to the project that you have probably seen both of us speaking a lot about. The project that is keeping our heart's flame firing and really inspired and ignited in for me a fresh and new way more than ever before. So yeah, welcome everybody. Hey Sam, I would love to introduce you, and you are absolutely such an inspiring man in all levels. Not only who you are, what you do, but how you are, how you carry yourself, how your heart is felt in the words that you speak, and what your intentions are, which flow through and quite naturally from when you share and all that you do. You've sent me an amazing CV, man, and it's incredible. A multilinguist. You are depolluting the planet, our external reality, as well as people's internal realities, which I resonate a lot with. The cleansing and all of that. You're a holistic coach. You're a co-founder of a few different organizations. You've worked with the carbon finance side and the CO2 side of things. You have been in the social entrepreneur project Reason and the Full Belly project. Oh man, just so much stuff here that's just so inspiring. And lead negotiator for NGOs and companies and international organizations and governments and biofuels, global finance stuff. It's and even the news, trade news, financial news analyst. Man, what an honor to have you here, first of all, and second of all, what a joy to have you in this beautiful project of Corsair and Plivo that we love so much, right? Tell me a little bit more about yourself and anything you wish to share, and how you came to Plivo, Corsair.
Thank you so much, my friend, for these kind words and for your consideration and friendship. Yeah, I've done many things. It's true, and everything is not even written in that LinkedIn export that I sent you. I've done many things. I've searched a lot. I've definitely tried many things, and I can tell you, without the shadow of a doubt, that today I have found and I am part of what I like to call the best business in the world, hands down. No doubt about that. It is the best business in the world that we are taking part to with Corsair and Amplivo. I feel so strongly about this activity that we're doing because it uses the people's power, who we are as humanity, as free souls having a human experience. It uses our power to unite around our common interests, our life, basically, to depollute ourselves at all levels, not only the planetary physical waste that plastic pollution is, but also at the mental level with our limiting beliefs and our false beliefs, at the emotional level, mainly from the fear of lack. So many people are afraid of not having enough money, uh, just to name that one fear, which is certainly one of the most crippling fears in our societies, and also the physical body pollution of all the microplastics and all the pollution of what we eat, of what we drink, of the lack of sleep, of the lack of movement. So, for me, we really are right now leading a global depollution movement at all levels, at a holistic level. And the fact of doing that through a business that is so simple, so clear, so useful, where we literally turn trash into cash for me, that's the best business I could ever get involved in. That's what makes me so excited and so, I might say, effective. Yeah, because it's all about inspiring one another. If you're able to literally light up someone's uh, consciousness about the incredible, beautiful, useful, impactful business that we're part of, and they realize it too, and then they decide to get involved. Does not have to take much in terms of time or in terms of money. It's a matter of desire. When people see what we're doing and it just hits them, they understand it, then yeah, it becomes absolutely irresistible. Everybody gets called to it.
Yes, yes, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. And until now, we haven't had projects like this, right? I mean, some people have said to me when I shared this project, they're a little bit uncertain because it doesn't make sense to them that doing good and speaking all of this good about cleaning up the planet and the plastic pollution mixed with all this talk about financial freedom, that for them is the short circuit. They've said something's wrong here. That those two things don't go together. And should it not? Should it not be that way, where we live in a world where we are supported financially, at least while we're in an economic system like this, by doing good for people and the planet and the future generations?
Yeah, my man. We've been
Yeah.
groomed actually to believe falsities and to live in fear and to compete against one another. We've been groomed for that since school. And the reason why it's hard for some people to believe that you can actually free yourself by literally cleansing the world. You can free yourself at all levels: mental, emotional, physical, financial, relational. Uh, it's hard to believe for most people until they give it a try. And this is where, most people are going to fall short. Instead of taking action, they're just going to be discrediting something because it does not uh, comply with their belief systems. So many people are going to be
Yes.
like, oh no, that's not possible. That's a scam. They're going to say, oh, that's a pyramid scheme. It's illegal. Well, really? What is a pyramid scheme for you? Or what does that article that you read online that said that it was this or it was that, what does it mean to you? Like, apart from what you've heard, what do you understand? And then when you start speaking with people and you start understanding what they think they understood, it's actually false. And so it's so easy to actually answer those objections. It's just because there is a misunderstanding. So when people understand it right and it like hits them, it lights up their literally the life within them, because they're like, what?
Yeah.
Really? This is why it is? Yes, my friend, this is why it is. Come check it out. We don't want your money. We want your desire. What I want is that you feel the same desire that I have, because this is how we change the world. We change the world one depollution at a time. When you start depolluting yourself um, from the lack of freedom, you start depolluting yourself from powerlessness. You start depolluting yourself from false beliefs, of course. This is where we get empowered again. So all this self-empowerment about taking new actions to get new results, once somebody gives it a try and they see, oh, wow, great, this is what it is, you want to talk about it to everyone and your grandma and your neighbor and even your enemies. You just want to change the
Yeah.
world. This is what keeps me going. What keeps me going is the desire to actually change the world for the better, to be actually the change that we want to see in the world. And I know for a fact that when we realize how powerful our actions can be, of course, our physical actions, I take this, I put it there, but also our verbal actions, what I say and the way I say it, how embodied it is. Does it come from the mind, or does it come from a much, much deeper and elementary source, which is the heart, which is the source of life, where it beats at every second? And also, of course, our mental actions, the beliefs that we choose to nurture or not. When we start actually going in that direction of um, changing our actions, we have all chances to change the world. And this really is what I'm interested in. I'm not interested in solace. I'm interested in being and embodying the solution, which is who we are. We are life. We are life in the form of humanity. So when we start giving importance to our actions, we can change the world for good. No doubt about that.
Right.
So my deep inner conviction is that we have the power to change the world. We, each individual, each one of us has the power to become the change we want to see in the world. That requires courage, that requires faith, and that most importantly requires a persistent, consistent action, a certain level of action. Inaction is what allows evil literally to win over the world. Because if the people of good faith do not take action, who's winning over? The minority who are actually polluting, who are actually lying, who are actually killing, unfortunately, is those who take over. Why? Because the people of good faith do not take action. It's all
Mm.
about the actions, whether it's, of course, physical actions by doing something actual in the world, by taking this and putting it there. But it's also verbal actions, speaking out, saying what we believe in, saying what we want, just sharing it, daring to say our truth. And of course, mental actions, because this is where it all starts. Actually, our physical and verbal actions are nothing but um, a yardstick of the intensity of our mental actions. The more we think about something, the more unavoidable it becomes to talk about it or to do something about it. Like us right now, we're going to
Yeah.
Thailand in a few weeks. We're going to be meeting there for the annual convention of the CORSAIR group with this vision conference where we're going to be literally sharing the vision of the founders, the co-founders of this business. They're going to be feeling us with their new vision, with their updated vision. So it all starts with this desire that we nourish in ourselves, and that we find the courage and the faith and the perseverance to share with the world. And when we do that, this is where we change the world. When we change the opinion we have of ourselves, when we start seeing ourselves as change makers, as people who hold tremendous power that's been hindered by literally limiting beliefs, by things which have been limiting us, making us believe that we are limited. We're only limited by our beliefs. If I can activate you on a new set of beliefs, then you are going to start acting differently. This is how we change the world, one depollution at a time.
Yeah, totally. Well said, brother. And you nailed some very important points there. One of them being the fact that we can activate one another when we have been there to the factory, we've seen the factory, we've met the people, we've done our due diligence. We've seen that something like this does exist and people can be supported by doing good for the planet. Our our confidence, not our confidence, but our conviction can be felt by people's innermost core in their heart when we speak from our heart and we speak truth, and we can activate that possibility in them. Because earlier you said how people just don't quite think it's possible, they don't understand, they simply haven't seen something like that yet. So there's a saying, I think there was a story about how people, tribes people in the tribes couldn't recognize a ship coming the first time they ever saw it because it wasn't in their field, it wasn't in their comprehension, and some didn't see nothing. They didn't see a thing out in the ocean because the mind just simply did not have the data and the understanding. So it really does take these visionaries and these people that have the courage, these people that aren't shy to swim upstream, aren't shy to say no, aren't shy to say, listen, we need a new way. This system's not working. We believe in a better way. We want a better way, and we're willing to stand there and support a new way. And this activates hope. It activates the understanding that, hey, there is a new way. So I love to be a part of that. I'm no stranger to swimming upstream and pushing against the status quo, and I'm sure you the same. But it's an honor. It's an honor in this case.
Absolutely, my man. It's all about being able to follow the only true source of guidance and of life, which is our heart. This is where it all starts, and this is where it all ends. If the heart stops, life is done. But if the heart beats, everything is still possible. So when we start following this true inner inspired guidance, that spirit that binds us all, when we inspire and when we are inspired, we become inspiring. We become absolutely a transmitter. You know, our brains are like receivers and transmitters of thoughts, ideas, even beliefs, actually, all kinds of energy form, which are um, captured, which are connected to
Captured. Yeah.
captured, yeah, with the brain. And the brainwave connects to a certain frequency, and we start feeding that energy with our attention. With the time that we're giving to that, it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. This is how
Right.
ideas start changing the world. And this is why the criminals who are trying to brainwash us into some limiting, negative, false beliefs do not want us to wake up. They do not want us to wake up to our true power. They do not want us to connect to one another by opening each other's hearts and minds, reopening each other's minds to more empowering beliefs, more true beliefs, which match with the nature of life, which is by nature abundant, which is by nature free, which is by nature bold, daring, which is by nature um, infinite in its shapes, in its form, in its possibilities. This is our true nature. We are this infinite made finite so that we can experience um, diversity. We can all have different experiences. Thank God you look different than me. Thank God you think different than me. Thank God you act different than me. But all this difference, does this fit into what we have in common with this similar nature that we have, which is life, which is infinite in its expressions, but which is unique and the same in its fundamental nature? If it fits within that, then yes, we are alive and we are respectful of life under all its forms. But then when it doesn't fit in this, that is that apparently in appearance, it is diverse, but essentially in its nature, it is one and same. When we respect this paradox and we actually embody it by allowing ourselves to act driven by this same life force, but also honoring our difference, our singularity, we become ultra powerful. We become so inspiring to others that there is no barrier anymore. There is no competition anymore. There is no comparison anymore. There is
Yeah.
honor. There is dignity. There is appreciation. There is love, basically, which is our nature. We're not here to fight against one another. We're here to discover
True.
life thanks to one another, to literally
Mm.
inspire one another, to be so inspired that we become inspiring. And as others are inspired, they become inspiring to others. And this is how we free humanity.
That's it. The ripple effect. The ripple effect. And yeah, thank you for sharing. Wow, what a transmission. And that goes far deeper than this project, everybody. That is wisdom of life, and that is an invitation for those of you who have never heard something like that before, who might know intrinsically that you might be a slave of the system, you might want a better world, you might want to have community and connection and connect with people on a deep level, to be seen, to be heard, to be understood. I love that this project, by the way, has so many of these people who are connected to their hearts because they share a shared dream and a shared vision for the world. They want good in the world. They want to help nature. They want to help the animals, and they want to build a better future for ourselves and for our future generations. And that goes along with everything Hayssam was saying, because all that uniqueness and that difference, but that similarity at the core needs to be worked and uh, give me a moment here to catch it, but it we need to come from that place of indifference, but the same core, with the desire again for a better world, for the betterment of all of humanity. And that is a magnet. That is electricity. That chashmal in Hebrew, electricity. It's life force. It's activating, and that is a truth that is felt beyond any words, beyond any concepts. When speaking and living from the heart and wanting the best for everyone, you do not need to calculate anything to feel the truth. You feel it without a doubt.
How do you say
Wow.
electricity in Hebrew?
Hashmal.
Hashmal.
Hashmal, yeah.
Okay. Electricity in which
Power.
sense? Like energy, power. Okay.
Yes, it's not always a direct one, but it is used in slang as just a vibration, energy, electricity, a very inspiring energy, a very overwhelming excitement. This is a great use
Awesome. You
for it.
speak Hebrew?
No, but many friends. My best friend in South Africa many years ago, he was Hebrew, and then in Copenhagen, where I've been living the past 6 years before Bali, many best friends are Israeli there as well. So I picked up a lot of words, have quite a nice list of vocabulary. You, on the other hand, my friend, what's it, six, seven languages?
Well,
Five?
fluently four. Fluently, really
Okay.
fluently four. Spanish, English, Arabic, and French. I've studied some Portuguese and some German, and I've studied some Chinese too, but I cannot say that I speak them fluently. I would just need to spend more time in those countries. Like Spain, when I arrived in Spain the first time, I spoke zero Spanish. 3 months after, I was starting to get a good grasp of the language and everything. So it's just a matter of time. It's like for everything, you know. Um, Anything that you want to learn, it just requires energy and attention. And basically, time is energy. The time that we dedicate to something is energy that's flowing. So when you start giving energy and attention, consciousness, you're like, this is it. And I'm feeling it with energy. It cannot but become something. This is magic. This is true magic
Yeah.
that we hold within ourselves when our soul, when what animates us, makes us feel this power of life. This is when we feel alive. And when we feel alive, when we are alive, we feel like doing this, like doing that. It's all about the actions. This is our true power as human beings. You know, we are here to be, you know, we are animals in all of our physiological functions, but with a very much divine nature, because we are spiritual beings having a human
Right.
experience. As human beings, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. So when we manage to reconnect to this higher nature and to this more mundane, more lower, more worldly nature, and we literally are the bridge, we are the hyphen between the lower and the higher nature, there is absolutely nothing that we cannot accomplish. It's all the programming that we've been put through since our childhoods through these criminal systems that we call schooling, which for me needs to be destroyed. Why? Because it's grooming up little human beings to become something else than what they are. They are literally being formatted to comply with some rules which have nothing to do with nature, whether it's worldly nature or divine higher nature. It has nothing to do with it, because people start being polluted and they become polluters with their words, with their thoughts, with their actions, and most importantly, with their emotions. All this pollution, all this anger, all this fear, all this negativity that people are putting out in the world because they do not know how to get rid of what's not theirs to start with. That all starts with schooling. When you are literally put through learning stuff which you did not choose. So whichever language we want to learn, whichever skill we want to learn, whichever whatever we want to learn, if I have the desire, if I really feel alive when I'm giving my attention to something, I'm going to pick it up, no matter what it is, no matter how hard it is. It's all a matter of perseverance. The more I'm enlightened by my current actions, I'm frustrated maybe because I don't know yet what I want to learn. I have not developed yet the skill that I want to have. But no matter how hard, no matter how long the path is, I still nourish the desire, and I manage to win over my frustration, to not let it turn into anger or guilt. And I create pleasure out of the experience. And this pleasure part is what's been lacking for the experience of millions, if not billions of human beings, rather billions, for the past, I would say, 50 years, because we've been groomed to comply with a system which by nature is not made to be freeing, is not made to be natural and re-empowering. It's a system that's made to crush. It's a system that's made to control. It's a system that's made to literally hinder life. So when we start taking our power back, when we start doing again what makes us feel alive, you can learn anything you want. You can get anything you desire, as long as it's aligned with who you are. And when you start rediscovering who you are, when you start rediscovering your true vibration, your unique signature in the energy field, you become a powerhouse. You become unstoppable and unbreakable. You become life. Finally.
As it was meant to be. Yeah.
Always.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it does not matter what you know or what you don't know yet. All that matters is that you know who you are. Because if you know who you are, if you know that you are alive, if you know that you are alive in a unique form, you're not going to be identifying with your limiting beliefs. You're not going to be identifying with what you have already. You're not going to be identifying with this body even. You're going to be identifying with what's greater than everything and anything that you can think, have, or imagine. You're going to be identifying with the divine itself. Because this is our nature. This is our origin. This is our source. This is our destination. This is just an experience. So the experience is not there for us to break down. The experience is here to uplift us. So it really depends on, there is some noise in the background, Dalton. I don't know why. The experience is really here to empower us, to uplift us, to make us realize how powerful we can be if only we took action, inspired action, not an action that is motivated by fear and by lack, but an action that is literally enlightened by our inspiration, by how inspired we feel, because it's the same spirit in the end. It is the same spirit. It just takes different forms. So when we start realizing that, and we realize that really we've been programmed to suffer, we've been programmed to comply, we've been programmed to just follow the path of what's been set as normal, but that norm is not natural. And when I say natural, it's not about the jungle. When I say natural, it's about what it is to be human. Being human is so much more than what we've been made to believe. being human is infinitely powerful. We just need to open Instagram or YouTube and see what incredible human beings are doing, incredible things, which for me would never cross my mind. And then some people are looking at me and are like, oh, this guy is interesting. Well, of course, I'm unique. It does not mean I'm better or I'm worse. I'm just unique, and you are unique, and each one of us is unique. So it's this devotion we have to life that makes us all become respectful of it under all its forms, whether it's human, animal, vegetal, mineral, undefinable, spiritual, it does not matter. What matters is that we feel this life, because you cannot disrespect something that is within your experience and that touches you. You cannot disrespect it. This is how people fall in love. This is how so many things. It's really about making ourselves so vulnerable, so open to life that we're not afraid anymore. Does not mean it's going to be pleasant all the time. Many times it's going to be frustrating. But can I make out of this frustration something that is actually enlightening, something that is uplifting, something that is pleasant in the current experience? Or am I still frustrated by something that is not there yet, something that I'm waiting for, something that I'm regretting? If that's the case, I'm going to be living in hell, literally. But if I can just find gratitude for this little piece of bread, or for this little parcel of the whole experience that I'd like to have, but just that one experience right now, can I find gratitude for it? If that's the case, I will take pleasure. And if I take pleasure, I will keep on going. And I will learn any language or any skill that I want. Really, this is how it goes. This is what I noticed.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks for sharing. Wow, it's interesting to think about the fact that it really all does start inside, and we do live in a world where, unfortunately, as you say, everything has been suppressed. Our life force has been suppressed. Our imagination has been suppressed. We're told to stop laughing, keep quiet, get off the grass, stop playing with the cat. Uh, stop thinking for yourself. Here, take this information on the screen, only this, and believe everything you're told here, here, here. No, don't get in your head. Come back here. Take all this, take all this. Don't question life. Don't question reality. And uh, eat this and this and this. You'll be fine. This will make your brain grow. Stay away from those things that decalcify your pineal gland and help you to think for yourself. Stay away from the cleansing and the fasting and the detoxification of the body, because people can die without food, when people can go for days without food, and your body is vibrating higher than ever before because your channel is open and there is no sludge stuck in your under the hood of your car and the engine, no thick oily stuff that's stuck in the exhaust pipe. It's clear, it's open, it's firing on all cylinders, and it's quite interesting to even understand what a big cleansing and fasting community is out there in the world, which will share things that are completely the opposite of what society has been taught to believe. And as you say, all starting in the schools. And I'm a big, big, big activist for liberation, sovereignty, and freedom. Always have been. And I feel in many ways I'm here for that. I'm here to be an advocate for that. I'm here to show a new way. I'm here to vibrate and reflect a new way, just in my beingness, to anyone who doesn't believe that they are freaking incredible. They are infinite. They are alive. They are inspired. They are joy. They are happiness. That is our nature. And I always am praising and cheering on all the projects, all the people that are making change in the world, those who aren't afraid to swim upstream and to represent something different than the status quo. And again, what a joy to finally, start to see that projects in the uh, in the corporate world, such as, Amplivo Corsair, is again changing a paradigm, shifting a complete paradigm, being inclusive, wanting to include the people in this global plastic cleanup, where it usually would have just been a corporate affair. And not only are they including the people, but the people can get financially supported. And also, they are even not trying to take over the whole recycling industry and be the only company that turns this plastic into the finest oil in the world, which those are the words of Shell themselves, our biggest off-taker of the oil. But not to be the only ones creating that oil, but inviting all recycling companies who've tried to do this pyrolysis oil method for about 17 years, it turns out. It's not a new process, but it hasn't been able to be done as quality as what we have. And everybody's just saying, wow, you guys come here. And we want to be inclusive. We want to include everyone. We've got the charitable initiatives as well, the locals on the ground in the slums of Bangkok, the Fishermen's Association of Thailand paying I think there's 100,000 fishermen signed up with that initiative, and so they're not throwing their plastic overboard. I was living in Thailand 6 years. As I said, the beaches are ruined thanks to the plastic waste there. And it's just this incredible circular regenerative system that is working like nature does in this circular way, the circle of life. We are cleaning up the mess that we made, and we're taking that plastic and putting it back into circulation, not because we want plastic to be there forever, but while plastic's still going to be made for now because of the many companies that are doing it and all their clients that they can't say goodbye to tomorrow, as long as they're still doing that, our mission is, all right, if you're still going to do it, let's at least use the oil that's there in the plastic in the environment that's lying there. Let's leave the earth alone. Leave the planet alone. Use the oil that's there in the pollution and put that back into circulation. So it just gets better and better and better. Every single layer of this project is commendable, and that's why the annual awards evening is called Vision 25 this year. Last year, Vision 24, but it's about vision. It's about being a pioneer. It's about changing the game, making change, and being the way showers for the world.
Yeah, I'm very admirative of what you accomplished in the span of not even a year, right? Being there at the Vision Conference, thanks to our partner and brother Thomas, who made you go. He believed in you. He trusted that you had this great potential to uh, open the path for others, to lead the way, to show them that it was possible. So you went to that vision convention, although you did not qualify, right? Yet,
Right.
and and yet Thomas saw the light in what was what you were carrying, and he managed to get you in. And this is where you got the activation. This is where, like, wow, this is incredible. We need to share it with the world. And then here you are.
Yeah. Yeah. Elliot as well, the network director, he was the one that actually pulled the strings, but he pulled me aside himself at the factory, and he saw something. He saw something, and he just said, "All right, you don't have a ticket yet to the gala and the team building retreat, right?" I said, "Yeah, no, I haven't reached the correct achievement or milestone yet." And he just smiled at me and he said, "Don't worry about that. I'll see what I can do." And I was supposed to share a room with someone at a beautiful five-star resort. I think it was about $1,000 per night in this hotel that we stayed. Yeah, incredible place. And I was supposed to share a room because I'm not registered and I don't have the right requirements. I ended up getting my own roommate. I was living the life, and it was just meant to be. And I've always felt it since the first day that I found this project. I found this project after saying a prayer, actually, after losing everything last year in Thailand, and and I forget where I was going with that. But oh yeah, I've always felt that way from day one. I saw a post about this. I went to the presentation 7 days later. It was Thomas's 33rd birthday, and when I saw the post a week before, it was my 33rd birthday, and it was all these beautiful synchronicities. And it was right after a prayer I made, and then he hit me with the presentation, and it was just like you gestured earlier, this boing, this aha moment, like wow, the necessity, the importance of this, the the pioneership or the forward thinking of this company that's not even new. It's 5 years old already, but how they're tackling something that the world hasn't been ready to tackle, hasn't figured out how to tackle this problem yet. And not only figured out how to tackle, but here they are offering such a genius, multi-layered, impeccable, exquisite, regenerative system for everyone. It was like, wow. And then Thomas said this beautiful thing, which I love. He says, is a world that pollutes their environment that they live off of and breathe with, not less evolved than a population and society that does not pollute their environment and their habitat. Wow. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing. Indeed, we are a degenerated society. Um, and thank God that prayer exists, that meditation exists, that energy activations exist, that we have the power to reconnect to our infinite essence, nature, just by closing our eyes and delving deep into who we are, the infinite. Thank God that exists, because we can reinvent these societies. We can literally make societies great again. We can
Yes.
literally change the world by changing how we see ourselves in these societies, which have been literally designed to control us. I don't like, but this is what I do. I call these societies as being satanistic, because Satan, the word, comes from Old Aramaic shatan, shatan, which means density. And the density of the matter is what we've been glued in through fear, through
Yeah.
low emotions, and the fear of lack. So they control us with money and with guilt. So money is what uh, basically rewards compliance. If you comply, you get the money. And guilt is what rewards also, or sanctions lack of compliance. So you're made to feel guilty. So you're basically judged as guilty, condemned as guilty in law courts, of course, but also just by society. If someone does not comply with the laws, the rules of these crazy societies, then you're made to feel like you're sticking out. And as the saying goes, if the nail sticks out, there's going to be a hammerhead to hit it. So we know how these crazy societies work, and this is total Satanism, because the ones who are pulling the strings are extremely fine psychologists. They know exactly how to manage this human cattle societies, and they do it so well. So when some beings start freeing themselves, some human beings start freeing themselves from the fear of lack, from the compliance modes, and they start rediscovering who they are. And most importantly, they start doing it together. That becomes a movement. And as that movement grows, no other satanistic power can hold us down, for a simple reason that the power of life is so much greater than the power of fear, than the power of lack, then when we reconnect to that essence and when we start resonating at a much deeper, much higher level, we become unstoppable. And it does not matter if they can bring one of us down because the other ones will lift him up. And even if they manage to break us totally, financially or reputation wise, or even kill physically some of us, they cannot kill life because life is eternal. So as long as we do not identify with those limited identities, they cannot literally set us up against one another. All we can do is reconnect to our essence, to our hearts, and recreate a new form of making society. This is what we're doing because a society is like a company. Actually, in French, société can mean society, but it can also mean company, like a business. So why do we do business? Business we do because someone has something, another one wants it. So when you basically sell or you buy, you do it because there is a need or there is a desire. There is something that I want to get from you or you're going to get from me. The way that our economies have been going and the business has been running is in a linear way. So you produce something, someone consumes it, and then it gets thrown away because it becomes useless. This is not the way nature works. Nature works in a much more circular way. This is why now this concept of circular economy has been popping up. It's been a while. Um, and we basically reconnect the end parts of that economic value creation and the beginning part. We reconnect them in the sense that what used to be trash when we have produced, consumed, and thrown away becomes a new resource with which we reproduce something. So we can, what we call upcycle, that is, you take something which has this shape and then you break it down, boom, boom, and you make something else with it. Or you can recycle. Upcycling actually means that you make something valuable of the same, let's say, form. But the recycling can be a little more advanced in the sense that we can actually totally change the form. It has nothing to do, which is what we do thanks to Corsair. We basically take the plastic and we turn it back to its original form, which was oil. And that oil can allow us to do new plastics altogether. Nothing to do with the original form. It will not have neither the same color nor the same texture. Nothing in common. Totally, totally new. So this is the beauty of doing business as natural, sovereign human beings. We respect the universal laws. And when we comply with some regulations, it is just to do with what we currently have. But the power that is feeding the kind of project that we're running right now is a power that's beyond what's been driving these societies, that is guilt and fear, the fear of lack or the guilt of not complying. There is some compliance, but there is so much creativity, so much innovation in this business because of the use of the blockchain for one part, because the plastic credits that we generate, as you know, thanks to the recycling of the plastic waste, get distributed on the Ethereum blockchain. That's extremely innovative. When I was in the carbon business, there was no blockchain technology. Now that there is a blockchain technology, thanks to cryptocurrencies, we can have what we call smart contracts. And those smart contracts, when they are tied to what we call a real world asset, it becomes absolutely irresistible because this is it. It's there, it's clear, it's transparent, it's totally decentralized, it's absolutely how do we say that? Like you cannot mess with it, you cannot like change it. It's on the blockchain and it will stay there forever. Nobody can change whatever's been written on that blockchain because it's totally distributed and transparent, decentralized. So that is already a huge innovation. And to my knowledge, there is no other company in the field of plastic recycling that uses the blockchain to distribute plastic credits. There is no other company.
Right.
And
Right.
and the other extremely powerful innovation that again answers to this very much natural way of living in society, of doing business, it's multi-level marketing. is that you, when you like something, you bought something, you're like, hey, my brother, look at this product. It's so cool. You want to give it a try? Yeah, give it a try. Yeah, it's great. Where can I get it? Well, guess what? You can get it from me because I am a customer of this company, but I'm also an affiliate of this company. And you know what? Not only you can get it too, but you can promote it too. You can also become an affiliate. You know, this is what we call uh, the Arab phone. So you're like, hey, have you heard of this? No? And the other one, hey, have you heard of that? This is how it spreads like a wildfire. So this is really the best form of marketing because you're not paying any expenses for advertising. You're not even paying for a sales team as a company. You are basically rewarding your most faithful customers to spread the word about what you do. And do you think they're going to be uh, scamming their brother over or their grandma or their friend? Absolutely not. This is what makes this model of marketing for me the most powerful form of marketing. Many people get scared away. It's like, oh no, I heard it was illegal. Well, if it were illegal, we would not do it. It's as simple as that. And if it were immoral, even less, as far as I'm concerned. So it really is. Why am I saying it? Because at the time of the cocoa, right, a few years ago, a few years back, some things were illegal, but I was still doing them. But they were definitely not immoral. I would never get involved in something immoral. Although society might see it as illegal at some point, that's not my problem. That's the problem of society. Because me, as a natural being, I know exactly what I need to do because I'm guided by my heart. So it's neither illegal, of course, otherwise we could not be doing business, and certainly not immoral. It is actually extremely moral, ethical, useful, and profitable. So this is what makes this business so unique, so creative, so innovative, because it reconnects us to our natural abundance and to the way that we should be building up societies by collaboration, not by competition. So really, what I can say about what we do, again, is that it's the best business in the world. What do we keep ourselves busy with, if not for most people, the rat race of having to make money to pay for the bills and to buy whatever, to pay for the next travel expenses because we're so fed up with our daily life that we need to escape for 2 weeks or 3 weeks per year. That's not life. That's survival. So if we really want to be alive, we need to feel alive. And when we feel alive, we feel like doing this, we feel like doing that. So our heart guides us towards what we need to do. And as you with your prayer, as me with my energy activation a couple of days before I heard about this project I did to myself, an abundance energy activation. And I was like, this is it. This is the time where I'm changing everything. Day after or 2 days after, I don't remember, Thomas pops up in my Instagram feed, and that was it. So I know we're up to something huge. I know we're changing the world, and we're changing it one person at a time, one person who depletes themselves at a time.
Yeah, amazing. Thanks for sharing how you came to Amplivo as well. It's kind of a prayer in itself as well, you know,
It
when
is.
you're setting intention and you're clearing and you're opening yourself to something new. You're asking the universe to bring what you desire forward. So very beautiful that it also came in a very undeniable, God-given, uh, beautiful, magical way. Um, and I love this saying that you've really embodied and taken on so strongly, the best business in the world. It's so inspiring and it's so fun because it's unless you're in this, unless you see it, you might not realize how literal it actually is. And there's something I'd like to share that comes from the network marketing world. Um, there's a there's a there's a question that's asked, you know, name the perfect job scenario. Forget all structures of society. Forget how we grew up. Forget the jobs that we're currently in. And I think his name was Eric Worre. He asked the crowds all over the world, uh, name the perfect job, and he says the first thing people go for is they say what they don't want, which is no boss, no alarm clock, no employees, no politics, no educational requirements, no compromises, no discrimination. And I'm sure in your head, as I'm going through all of this, you're ticking all these boxes for in comparison to what we have here and what we're doing with Amplivo. But I'll continue. They then shift to the positives. They would like to be of great service somehow and have a great service, a well-oiled machine, no pun intended, uh, and then an unlimited income that can grow depending on your level of what? Desire, attention, energy, right? Residual income that can compound, time freedom. You can work for yourself as much and as little as whenever you want. Personal growth, a job that can help you develop not just in your bank account, but as a person, as a husband, as a wife, as a friend, as a partner, as a leader for our humanity. Um, International, you're operating on a global scale. International is good. Economy proof, so something that is not reliant on the economy. Aren't we lucky that the plastic pollution is a problem that no matter what happens in the world, no matter who's in parliament, no matter what happens, we can never ignore this problem. It's the biggest
Absolutely.
problem on the planet right now. Enjoying the people you work with, another great positive. We get to choose who we want to work with, and we meet incredible like-minded people as we go along. It's just natural that they are magnetized to this project. Um, the low risk, something that is already established, something that is, again, we're very lucky, not only established, but we're riding a wave that is pushed by regulations that that countries and companies have to, by law, do something about. It's foolproof. It's the most low risk there is. Tax benefits. If you're working in a network marketing company, you might have tax benefits. Let's scratch that one. I don't know about that. That's a touchy subject.
Yeah,
But
we
but
can find some tax benefits, but that would be another discussion.
Yeah, it's one that you certainly know lots about with your finance past and the carbon finance, but meaningful, of course, something meaningful. Lots of perks, lots of rewards. The better you do, the more you care. And this is what I love about our project the most, is that I've never felt like my caring heart, how much I naturally have cared for humanity and people my entire life since I was a kid. I've never known that there was something that would be able to support me and reward me financially and reflect the same level of love and care that I have in my heart until now, because it's directly correlated. The more you care, the more you want the best for the planet, the humanity, all the projects that you might want to build in the world and generate the finances in order to build those communities, in order to build those organizations. It's directly reflected in this company that we work in. Your reward reflects your level of care. uh, low, uh, low startup costs. Another one, 10 euros it costs for us to activate this business license and earn commissions, right? People have a problem with commissions. Like you said, I'm gonna loop back around to the networking thing that you mentioned. But people people have a problem with the fact that there is, you know, multi-level marketing, and the fact that your good deed that ripples out to people amongst people, and you've given them all an opportunity to earn an extra income in their life to help their families. That people don't like the fact that your good deed ripples back to you, and you are rewarded and thanked for being the reason, you could say, that that person way down the line who really needed this, who might have been about to be kicked out of their house, and put on the streets or something. You have been the reason that they found this opportunity. And it's all about what opportunity you find, right? As you said, there's criminals that have used network marketing because of its power, because of its low cost, because of its ease, because of the pace in which the growth speed, the growth speed of a company happens with network marketing. And we have Warren Buffett who has quoted that. Tony Robbins, who has praised network marketing, Donald Trump, Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. These guys know exactly what they're talking about, but yet the world doesn't know something that they clearly know, and that is the power of this tool, network marketing. I'll finish with two more things here. Fun. We're talking about the perfect job, right? And contribution to all layers and levels of life here. So that is the list of things that he got when he asks audiences, and this is the epitome and foundation of network marketing. It's the perfect circumstance.
Remind me the name of that guy who came up with
Eric
this?
Worre.
Eric Quarry. Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. So we definitely
So
tick all the boxes, including the tax part. I
yes,
promise.
and it highlights and capitalizes your favorite saying that this is certainly the best
Best
business in the
business in the
world, is
world.
it not?
It is. Amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
it is incredibly great. And if we want to keep ourselves busy with something, we'd better make sure that we dedicate our time and our effort, our energy, our resources, our intelligence to something which is meaningful, useful, fun, uh, and that ticks all those boxes, which I don't even remember anymore, but that definitely resonate, and we definitely tick all the boxes for sure. Um, and I really like that. That would be an interesting series of videos to make. Like, I challenge anyone to come and challenge me basically with a better business idea than this one. That would tick all the
totally.
boxes, and we could do that, like in a live stream and let people judge for themselves. That would be interesting.
I love it. I love it. That would be the funnest, most awesome, most inspiring, most eye-opening for many activity to please try debunk or give us a better option here on all these levels
Yeah,
that ticks all these
yeah, that's
boxes.
interesting.
I don't think it would happen. I don't think not even the smartest person could come up with a something.
That would be interesting. That would definitely allow us to think about new business ideas, maybe, and maybe not to do them, but just to get inspired and
Yeah,
integrate in what we do already. Because I think that there is intelligence, there is inspiration, there is goods in so many places and in so many fields. But what we don't have is unlimited time and unlimited resources. So we need to choose. And that's the only thing, is that if we want to choose something, then we'd better choose the best if possible, because otherwise we might be missing one thing or another, and then we have to change again. This is what I was saying, at the beginning, is that I've done so many things, really, 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 so many things.
mm,
I could have done even more, but sometimes I've done it just for a few months, just to get like the gist of it. And then once I understood, all right, next, and then next, next, but just to search, to find. And then once I see that this is it, I don't need to continue in that experience. Like, I got what I need to get out of it, but I do want to invest more time and effort and life basically in it. But in this business, it's something else. I see myself, because it really ticks all the boxes and brings everything together. I see myself doing this 10 years from now, but at much, much, much higher scale, building factories all over the world to recycle this plastic waste, helping all kinds of communities, fishermen, farmers, people in the slums, low income, whatever, young people, helping everyone make money thanks to trash, turning literally trash into cash, waste into wealth. I see myself doing that at a global level all over the world, especially starting here in my country, in Morocco. So for me, like, this is the best business in the world, most exciting, the most rewarding, the most useful, the one I can share with literally anyone, even somebody like a beggar in the street. I can share this business with anyone. I can share the value of what we do with everyone, from kings to beggars. Everyone needs to depollute themselves at all levels, starting with the plastic waste pollution.
Absolutely, absolutely. From the kings to the beggars. I love that. That's also one of the highlights for me. There's something in this for absolutely everyone, no matter where you come from, no matter what your background, no matter what your financial capacity or level of commitment is, full time, half time, on the side, everyone can make a difference. So yeah, it's fantastic, and thank you for sharing. It's been lovely to hear you and feel your heart and your passion, your your values and what you stand for. I resonate deeply with that, and I'm looking forward to meeting you and giving you a great big hug
Allah.
there in Bangkok. Yes, that'd be
Inshallah.
great.
Yeah.
And yeah, inshallah. Any last words for the people? I mean, if they want to, if they're curious, if they want to get involved, whatever their reason, just wanting to help the nature or clean up the planet for their children's future, or generate a nice income, would you like to share what they can do?
Well, they can reach out to you or to me, and then we can invite them to a weekly presentation that we hold. You hold presentations, I hold presentations. Other members of the Amplivo network hold presentations, and we will explain to you in the span of not even half an hour how you can get involved as a customer or as a partner, and how we can help you also benefit from this best business in the world and help the world benefit from who you are and what you care for. So just reach out to us. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, yeah, awesome, guys. Stay tuned. I'll be doing some more of these coming up with some more people in the project, some more inspiring people, and yeah, I wish you enjoyed this. Like, share, comment, share your thoughts, share your questions. And again, whether you follow Hayssam or myself, just get in touch with us and we can guide you through the next steps. Lots of love, big hugs,
And
and
one last word, I want to thank you, my
please.
brother, for being such a kind soul and so generous and so open, and for spreading your love so widely. It's very inspiring to me, and I'm really looking forward also to meeting you and hugging you very soon in a few weeks in Bangkok. So, thank you again, and thank you for inviting me.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, and see you soon, huh?
Inshallah.
Thank you for everything.
Thanks everyone
Ciao
too.
for now.